a recent trend that's been happening a lot more this year, I feel like, than recent years was like players
dab.
take to Instagram. What?
He said the dab.
Oh. Dude, I saw someone who could leg dab. They would jump and dab with their leg. It was crazy.
You
Anyways.
knock yourself out
I
of
would
your
kick
knee.
myself in the head so hard.
Anyways, players have been taking to Instagram talking about, I'm just going to call it excuses.
Yeah, no.
After they play
It's
that.
been a big time. It's like my favorite thing now is seeing like what players are going to talk
So
about for an excuse.
obviously last week we talked about at Jonesboro, Paul talking about the T-pads, which, some of these are valid.
At
like
least
Paul's
the T-pad one, like you brought
scrunched.
light to a problem that's with the for the
Question
Pro Tour.
though is,
It's still an excuse, but
Yeah.
well, but why post it? Like if it's like you just put DM the Pro Tour.
it takes. I gotta say, if that happened to me, it would take a lot of courage for me not.
No, but
to
I'm
say
saying
something.
that's what moves it into the excuse category.
Right.
Like a problem
It would just be
category
so
is we go to the
frustrating.
Pro Tour.
Well-
Excuse category is I now go to the public. And
I think
say,
the
It depends on
problem
if you
was-
went to the Pro Tour first, because went to the Pro Tour first and they didn't say anything about it.
Well-
then if you post on the internet, you
Well,
got
then
a
I
bunch
think
of
that post-
accountability.
I think that
backing it
post
up.
is
I
something
think
completely
the problem
different
is
then.
the
Yeah,
problem is
okay.
because nobody saw the T-pad do that, so nobody
No,
was talking
yeah, that's
about
fair.
it. Because if everybody had seen it and already been like, oh my gosh, Paul got screwed, he wouldn't have posted it probably. It's
Yeah.
it's the fact that nobody saw it and he was like, he felt injustice, and you know what? Like
I'm
it-
saying, so last week,
tough.
that was
Yeah,
a talking
that
point.
sucked.
That was a talking point last week, came from Instagram. This week, we have two, apparently. I forgot about the Gannon Burr post. We
yeah.
have
People were loving the
my
Gannon
favorite
Burr.
one. Y'all haven't seen this, so I'm going to just read you. This is from
okay.
Joel Freeman.
Joel Freeman has been on the money.
Yeah. This is from Joel
On
Freeman.
the money.
This
He's
is
been
Joel
on it.
Freeman's caption
Not making the money,
from
but
his
on it.
post. He says, "The struggle continues. I played better today, but due to an unfortunate course design flaw,
He is so funny.
but due to an unfortunate course design flaw, my score shot through the roof, and I made almost no progress today. The Disc Golf Pro Tour standards are getting higher and higher each day thanks to a lot of people. For that, I'm grateful, but Disc Golf has a ways to go. For now, I've just got to accept it and do the best I can with what I've got. Failure never feels good, but I'm endlessly grateful to be healthy and have the opportunity to compete on the Pro Tour." And then obviously, people didn't just accept that at face value because, like, okay. And then he said,
Gotta go into more detail.
he said, into
on
more
that,
detail.
yeah.
He said, "Rivers crossing through fairways should never happen, but trees growing out of rivers crossing through fairways is a whole different level of not okay. Disc golf already has so much inevitable luck involved. I believe we should limit the luck factor in whatever ways we can."
what?
Why?
Why
So
is that loud?
basically-
No rivers to
Don't-
fairways?
Yeah, what's wrong?
So
with that?
basically, he was
Don't
talking
throw
about
it
hole
into the river.
14.
Were the trees moving?
Yeah, don't
It
throw
was
it.
windy. He was talking about hole 14, which is a par 4,
I need to
and the
see
green
this.
is essentially somewhat of an island. There's a river through the fairway. Green's on this side. It's a par 4, and then apparently there's trees. I didn't see what happened with his shot. We can kind of all assume that he threw what he thought was a good shot. It hit a tree and fell in the river.
Or
What
like
we
if-
can all assume.
Or he threw like a
Yeah.
good shot and like I guess a tree like fell and his disc down or something.
My favorite
I was
line
so
of all
unlucky.
time is, "I
This is
played
at-
better today, but due to an unfortunate course
This is
design
at which
flaw, my
course?
score shot through the roof."
Which course is this? The second one or the first one?
I looked it up this morning. I want to say it's at Jones Supreme.
Jones
I mean,
Supreme.
I like Joel Freeman,
Hole
but saying
14.
that there being a river and trees in a
I
fairway
need to
is
see
not
it with my
luck.
own
Like that-
eyes because
Yeah, because that does not feel like a luck
First of all,
situation.
why is a river going through the middle of the fairway?
A bad thing?
Does he mean? What does he mean? Like
No, it cut
with
across.
The fairway?
It cut across.
Cutting across the fairway. What do you mean? It's not going anywhere. Lay up or
Yeah,
go over it.
that's
like,
what I'm saying, like, it's
that's
I just love.
that's stupid.
The whole reason I even brought this up is the line's so funny to me. Unfortunate course
Yeah.
design flaw. My score shot through the roof.
That is for sure loser.
That's
talk.
my best. I'm
That's
in the midst of writing a blog of your best disc golf excuses, and I've got to add that in now.
an unfortunate
course
Well,
design
the
flaw.
best part is how eloquent he is. Okay,
Yeah.
here's the drone shot of hole 14, par 4, 700 feet. So we're going around the fairway here. Okay, and then yeah, there's the basket and there's the trees in the river, and there is a clear amount of gaps. There's so many gaps.
They're tight gaps. That's fair.
Yeah, but they're there.
So I'm guessing he hit one of those trees and fell in the river on what he thought was a good shot. That's all. That's the only thing I can assume.
I'm just
Which I guess I can understand. I can understand that'd be frustrating,
bamboozled because like
but it's not. You're not throwing through a windmill though.
yeah, and like look at that. Those gaps aren't that crazy. Like there was a wide hyzer gap that was pretty wide for a Pro Tour standard. That's loser talk.
Yeah, but that part when I read it, I just died laughing. Like I'm gonna say, man, I was playing incredible with that unfortunate course design flaw. Maybe take a 8 there, and then I bogeyed 6 more holes after
Rivers
because I couldn't get out
crossing
of my
through
mind.
fairways should never happen. That one gets me.
Yeah, that's a shocking.
It's called
statement.
a water hazard. Like what?
I don't know.
How do you think? Okay,
But I mean, that was a good one. The Gannon Burr.
that is crazy confidence
So,
to talk like that.
Yeah.
Gannon Burr's post.
Oh,
I got to
Gannon's a
bring
classic.
this.
The second one is whatever, but the first. So
I have not seen this
Gannon
post, and I'm very excited
Gannon
to hear about it.
Burr basically posted a video of him spitting out a putt dead center and him going, whatever, played pretty well today, but unfortunately I had two of these.
Two of these bad boys
two of
yesterday
these bad boys yesterday
cost me a
strokes.
spot on the lead
And
card.
he proceeds to show this video of him throwing a putt from like 20 feet away, 700 miles an hour, high, nose up or nose down, whatever, didn't matter. Like high center. And yeah, it kicked it out, but like you threw your putt 100 miles an hour.
You've got to be. Yeah.
Believe me, I'm a very big proponent for like, it sucks for like, I hate when baskets take strokes from people, but when you putt
I'm
that
looking at it right
hard,
now.
the second one he posted wasn't as bad. I was like, yeah, that's kind of dirty. But the first one, I'm like, dude, you slammed
he took
that.
Yeah, I mean that first putt.
He ripped it in there.
he took he
If those were
responded to
prodigy
someone.
baskets, I would get his
that's-
reasoning for doing that. But
Yeah, that's the thing is like you have to have a putt that is going to work on most
he's not
baskets.
even 20 feet.
Yeah,
He's-
I mean,
he's probably 15
he
feet.
launched that thing. in
and
there.
with all of that 7-foot arm, he's just sprinting that into the basket.
like there has to be a line of how hard you're able to putt on a basket before there's a good chance it spits out, right?
Like there's, I understand. Like it is frustrating that baskets are
we
inconsistent
go.
in disc golf, and that baskets fail in disc
yeah.
golf.
To me though, that wasn't
But
inconsistent.
part,
That was a
part of the game right now is knowing how to putt on baskets.
So
and
Gannon
that-
said, "For
yeah.
me, it's because the wind is ripping so hard, so I had to putt hard." But
I
lots
get
of
that.
baskets have this issue. Only the Mach X seems to consistently catch when we have to putt a million miles an hour. Haha.
I mean, I get that.
Which that's fair.
That is fair, but
I'm gonna
I
be honest,
still
that's
think
a good argument.
I saw your text. Whoever sent this originally and said how fast he putted. I don't see it.
really the
That
first
putt
one.
does, yeah,
It looks like
this
he's
one.
ripping it.
This putt does not look that crazy hard to me.
I mean, look how much speed is coming off of the pole whip.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard.
Almost this second one looks like it's a harder putt.
No, I mean, here's the thing: veterans baskets in general are not.
I will
the most
say it's
consistent
high.
Baskets.
I would say what was wrong with that
Yeah.
putt is it's high.
I
I,
think-
wouldn't say the speed has anything to
I
do
think
with
the
it.
biggest.
I mean, it has to do with it putting, backing out.
The
but
problem is
it's too
for
high.
these pro players and for basket manufacturers. When have we ever seen when is the last time a new basket even came out? It's been a while, I feel like. And B, when has anybody with their baskets ever released it and then really given you any science behind what they're doing with it? They kind of just like, here's another layer of galvanized chains.
Yeah.
Right. So there's not really a lot going on in the basket innovation when it's like the most important, well, the second most important part of equipment in our sport, if not the first important. Like I've always been a bit confused at why nobody's really going after the science of baskets. I actually had this thought the other day about baskets that I had never thought of before, which is, so obviously baskets, a lot of the baskets they use have that flat metal band around the top.
Yeah, this is a good
Why
video.
don't they wrap the bucket in the same material and give it a smooth surface? I understand it will cost more, but right now the reason you get so many rollaways off the cage is because you get inconsistent hits off the cage. Where if you make it all smooth, it would, and it's the easiest thing ever. I'm saying is like
I
that,
think you would get the same amount of rollaways, but it would be more consistently.
but I'm just saying like that thought took me 2 seconds to think of. Why is nobody ever thinking about changing?
And also, then you
baskets?
you can get rid of all the stupid rules about how it comes to rest
Right.
on the
Yeah,
cage.
exactly. You would eliminate the whole jam in the cage thing. But I'm just saying, like, nobody's putting thought into new baskets.
I'm sure people are.
Well, it's not, we're not making them. But then, like,
Well, it might be a lot of testing, experimenting going on behind the scenes.
It's just been a long time since anything like that has happened.
Well, it might be like they're testing, experimenting, but nothing's been better than what they've got out there right now.
I guess.
Because for the most part, disc golf baskets are very good.
They're fine.
For the
yeah,
most
they're
part.
fine. I think
they
the
do their
bigger
job.
the bigger problem though is that they need to standardize it on tour.
They're going
what
to.
basket
The Pro
they
Tour's already
use.
talked about they're going
Yeah,
to. The
'cause-
issue is the Pro Tour going to design their own or have a
No,
manufacturer
should
buy
definitely
it.
sell it.
I agree, but I think they're
the-
leaning towards their own.
That'd
I
be
think.
interesting. I mean, that'd be interesting. I think
I
that
don't
the
like
Innova
it, but I
disc
think-
catcher is my favorite basket.
I agree.
I think they're the ones I enjoy putting on the most.
They seem the most fair to me.
I also think that once you standardize the basket on the tour, the players lose a lot of their excuse because every basket has a putt that's going to go in every time.
And you just need to develop
Yeah,
that putt.
and so players can learn that how they need to putt on the basket, and that'll help them so much.
I am running myself through the situation that Gannon Burr was in right now, where I'm just thinking about how confidently I throw that putt and it hits dead center and then just spits out with so
you're
much
sick
might.
you're sick to your
I mean,
stomach.
it'd be frustrating. And then after that, like, how do you're like, okay, so do I putt with less confidence?
Yeah, I mean, I like you go.
It's a frustrating situation.
You definitely go back to your buddies and tell them all about the spit out, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I post it on Instagram.
Well, that's what I think is funny is like the Instagram right now.
It's become like the huddle up after the round.
Yeah,
that's
like
what it's become.
Yeah.
I don't know where or what's the best practice, but like right now, Instagram a lot of times is being used, and this is by players across the board.
It's the bus
as
at
like
Nationals.
my summary. Like, this is what I just did out there. This disc worked really well for me. Blah blah blah. Like, that's the template. And so when something didn't go your way, it's I'll just throw it up on Instagram of this is what happened. This is why I didn't play good today. When like there's some days you just didn't play good, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like,
You know what? If you
I think
spit
it's-
out dead center twice and lost by 2 strokes, I'll feel very bad for you.
Yeah.
But until you did that,
yeah.
you know.
But like Instagram right now, like I don't know what positive comes from those posts. Yeah, I'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Because like some people are gonna see it and be like, dang, that sucks, and they're gonna think negatively about the basket and the basket manufacturer through your post.
Well,
or they're gonna look at you and be like what Trevor just said. Okay, well you lost by more than 2. Or
I love it. I encourage all the
I
players
think
to
it's
keep doing
funny.
it.
I enjoy it. I'm just saying from a player standpoint, like
It's not a good look for
if
a
you
player.
played bad, just if you're gonna make a post after you play bad, like, not my week. Congrats
Yeah.
to the winner.
I think
It is.
I think players are just so scared that people are going to lose hope in them whenever they continue to lose tournaments.
That might be it
And
too.
so they try
It
to
could
like,
just be the
like,
mental
no,
battle
but like,
of
it's okay, like this happened, that's why I didn't do well.
that
And-
could just be the mental battle of convincing yourself that
Yeah.
it's something outside of your control that's making you not win.
Yeah.
Because it is a lot easier to swallow that
Yes.
if like X, Y, or Z caused me to suck today,
Mm-hmm. Like
and
a
it
river
wasn't.
through the fairway.
Yeah, and like the course design flaw caused my score to shoot through the roof. That's a lot easier to swallow than I had a bad day out there.